I looked at every single aspect of the internship and just picked out which ones I wanted to go to, and I ended up applying to 5 of them. And then I just, looked at my experiences that I had. I worked in a nursing home. I worked in a dietarian. It wasn't the best job, but it got me through. So I did internships. I also shadowed a dietitian at Children's. And I think it's important, like, if you know what area of dietetics you want to go into, like, find connections in those areas. Like, start meeting people. So then, when you apply to those internships, these people can write your references and they know what you want to do and they can just give you more credit and help you out there. And then my biggest advice, too, is stay organized. It's very hard. Like, I have a folder for every single internship, and I just put all the information in there. And it was crazy, and it was absurd when you try to explain it to people. Just stay organized. And listen to Dr. Hanson-Petrick. When she sends out those emails, you might get like 10 a day, and it's okay, but read every single really, because she knows what she's talking about. So really just go through all of those, and I'd say that's my biggest advice.
I think what Dr. Hanson-Petrick said in the beginning was be realistic. Like, yes, if you your dream is to apply to Maryville, then apply. But know that, you might not get in compared to a different program that has more, spots or less applicants, because you are competing with people that are super smart, like that have 3.9 GPAs, and you're just like, what? And I had the minimum requirements at above 1,000 GRE, but I still I didn't get matched first day. I got matched Monday, which I don't think is a common thing that happens. I don't know, maybe
they're usually a couple after.
Yeah, but my problem was that I applied to UABs on campus, but my mistake was not looking at the website. That's another thing. Look through the website. Some things are hidden and may not be an obvious link because their website's not that good. But the information, you need to find all the information on that program possible, because I didn't know that I had to on the matching website there was 2 different things, an off-campus and an on-campus, so I just put the on-campus on there, even though I applied to the off-campus too. But I was lucky that they didn't fill up on their off-campus, and I got the woman called me and offered me the spot in Huntsville, Alabama. So I was lucky with that. But
so release your name.
yes. So that next morning was thank you, God. But definitely research the websites. I was really involved in my sorority. A lot of offices for things, and Panhellenic. Involved in that. I was a senator for our college. I was involved in the cross leadership team. You really need to get those extra leadership roles if you don't have a stellar GPA, because I was just very average GPA. But I did well in most of my nutrition classes, and I changed my major, so I didn't have as much time to get in a lot of volunteer experience as other people in my class. So I shadowed dietitians all summer long last summer at Methodist University Hospital, and then this past semester I worked at GI for Kids with their outpatient clinic and did the NEAT program, which I definitely recommend because that gives you good community experience. Just try to get your foot in the door in many different areas of dietetics, the research, community, food service. If you were a waitress somewhere, write that down in your application, because that food service you've been around food. So just get as much volunteer experience as you can, because that's really important.
I think playing off that though, something I would have liked to know, hindsight's 2020, when you fill out that application, where she said a lot of people left it blank because you had a resume that came with it. I think a lot of people left it blank because it was hard in the aspect that they make you put a contact information down for everything that you do. And that's difficult if you think about it. If you go volunteer somewhere and you didn't get a contact name, you didn't get a number, you didn't get an email, it's almost like you can't even write that down because they want to have something that they can go back and check up on it. So it is really good to get yourself out there and start doing things. So make sure you get contacts and you keep that kind of stuff. Because going through that application process, it was just like, oh my gosh, I've never sat and looked at all my stuff this in depth. You know, you always say, okay, here's my list of things, but then you're like a contact person with an email and a phone number for everything. But you can do it. I mean, definitely I got through it and it worked out. But I guess I didn't know I was going to apply to an internship till the beginning of this year. So I felt kind of behind, and what I wish I would have done is look at more programs. I kind of did the 3 rule. I did the dream of Vanderbilt, so I was one of the 307 people. I did my realistic Lipscomb, and then I kind of did my safety as the VA program because it has a stipend. I have a lot of really close friends in Memphis, and it was a new program, and it's in the Memphis area, so I was like, maybe a lot of people wouldn't apply there, just, you know, Memphis. But, so I ended up getting into Lipscomb, and I'm really excited about Nashville, but I guess if I could have looked into it more, I would have liked to look into more distance programs, because I'm very flexible with like location. And I thought about New York and Chicago, and the little bit that I got to look into like Rush, I went and visited Chicago, and it's way away from the loop, and I just didn't want to do that, and I was like, New York would be awesome, but then it was just really hard, because you have to think about what you want, and really look into the programs, and if you start last minute, it's just like, well, I met those, Lipscomb at the Forum, and Vanderbilt at the Forum, and then I went and visited the VA, and it really just helps you feel more secure with sending your application there and what you're getting yourself into, as opposed to, you know, just looking up 2 things long distance and not really knowing. But definitely go and visit, because when you write your personal statement or when you do your interview, which I didn't even realize that people did interviews, but I had interviews with Memphis and Lipscomb, it helps if you can say, well, when I visited your program, or knowing, you know, Memphis started this new teaching kitchen, so, you know, I'd be really excited to do your teaching kitchen. I think that's really cool how you're trying to get involved in your community. You know, just like knowing those facts that the average applicant would be like, well, you're in Memphis, and I have friends there. You know, it's like I had no idea about your program.